We've got the difference between these two rational expressions divided by the sum of these two rational expressions. And so, yeah, if we want to simplify this, then obviously we can see that the denominators are not the same, so we need to make sure that they're over a common denominator. And same thing over here, we need to make sure that their denominators are the same. And then we can divide those results, okay? But first, of course, let's state the non-permissible values. So we can see m cannot be equal to 0. And yeah, m can't be equal to 0 here. Over here and here, we go, okay, well, what would result in this denominator and this denominator being equal to 0? Well, we can see if m is equal to, if m is equal to negative 3 halves, then 2 times negative 3 halves, the 2's cancel out, we get negative 3 plus 3, 0. So m cannot be equal to negative 3 halves, or negative 1.5, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, let's take this piece by piece. So let's look at here. Okay, we need to make sure that our denominator is going to be m times 2m plus 3. So this already has a factor of m, so it needs a factor of 2m plus 3. So that means we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2m plus 3. Okay, so 3 times 2m plus 3. Okay, and then we have 3 over 2m plus 3, right? This lacks a factor of m, so we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by m. So this is going to be minus 3 times m, and it's going to be over our common denominator, which is m times 2m plus 3. And we're not going to distribute just yet, right? Because we could possibly cancel. We could cancel out factors later, so let's just leave that be. And then, of course, we can distribute, but why don't we simplify what's going on over here, right? Yeah, we see that this has a factor of m squared. It needs a factor of 2m plus 3, so we're going to take the numerator and the denominator and multiply it by 2m plus 3. Okay, so 3 times 2m plus 3. And then, of course, we're going to take this numerator and denominator and multiply it by m squared. So m squared over m squared times 2m plus 3. Okay, and so now, yeah, let's distribute. So let's do this times this times this. Okay, this times this times this. Okay, and so what are we going to get? Well, 3 times 2m is just going to give us 6m plus 9 minus 3m. This is, of course, over our denominator. Right, here we go. And so then over here on the right, okay, we're going to have 6m plus 9 plus m squared over m squared times 2m plus 3. Okay, and so we go, okay, let's simplify, right? 6m and negative 3m. Right, that's going to give us 3m plus 9, 3m plus 9 over m times 2m plus 3. Okay, and over here, yeah, we've got m squared plus 6m plus 9. That is a perfect square trinomial, so we could write that as m plus 3 squared if we wanted to, right? Why don't we just do that? And divide by m squared times 2m plus 3. Okay, and so now we go, all right. We've simplified it as much as we can over here and over here. So, again, we need to check for non-permissible values, right? And we see there are no new non-permissible values, so let's just leave that be. Now we need to take this rational number divided by this rational number, or sorry, rational expression, I should say. And so then that means this is going to result in multiplication by the reciprocal, right? So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this. I see that there's a greatest common factor of 3. So let's write that as 3 times m plus 3, right? I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay. And so, the reciprocal of this is just going to be m squared times 2m plus 3 all over m plus 3 squared. And so we go, okay, now we can cancel out terms. We can cancel out this m with one of these m's, right? We can cancel out this term with this term, or this factor with this factor, right? We can cancel out this with one of these factors, okay? And so what are we going to get? We're going to get 3 times m divided by m plus 3, right? And we have another non-permissible value, namely m equal to -3, so m cannot be equal to -3, okay? And we're done.